Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bigger Than Race, exposure to all things truth, whether you like it or not, with unique perspectives from different beings from all walks of life. This is Bigger Than Race. Investigate truth on your own terms.
Brando, Bigger Than Race. I like that. Probably, that's you. You be talking about wallets, security?
Wallet security and safety.
Yes.
You got this, or do you want me up here with you?
I don't need you up here unless you want to be up here.
I don't want to be up here. Yeah, but he doesn't need me, so I could go if I wanted.
Yes, you could. It's always good to need and not want, so it's up to you, Jay.
There is a saying that it's always better to have
And not need, and
than
to
to
need, not have.
Absolutely.
When I used to sell life insurance, that's exactly what we said. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Well, woo, woo, woo. Hey, how many people are new in crypto? You? It's okay. Don't be bashful. Don't be shy. New? No? Good. How many people have cryptocurrency currently? Good. Everybody almost in the room. Now the question is, since we're talking about wallet and safety, have you ever heard of the term, not your keys, not your crypto? Yes? No?
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's ask this question. How many of you have your crypto in wallets that are offline? So maybe about 3, 4 people, 5 people? Absolutely. So that means the people that do not have their crypto offline, you're doing yourself a grave disservice. And that's exactly why we're going to talk about what we're talking about today. So not your keys, not your crypto. You hear this all the time. And it's very important because if you don't own your assets, you don't really own them. If they're on another location, like a centralized platform, which we'll go over, you don't have any access to your funds, really. It's like a bank. So let's continue to, there it is. So this is real money and you guys need to protect it. And these measures are very crucial and very important when it comes to the safety of your assets. So if you're not taking this serious, and you should, I'm sure you've heard, oh, this is internet money, this is magical money, mysterious money. This is very real. I'm up here because of crypto. It's helped me change my life, and thankfully, I've never lost any money. I've been up in crypto since 2016, and I help other people guide them and help them avoid all the pitfalls that are here lurking in the crypto markets. And the most crucial point about this is to make sure that your assets are stored in the right place. And you need to understand the right perspective and the right mindset when it comes to crypto and your safety. It's very important. You have to take your time. I always recommend when you're doing any transactions, you make sure that you're in a quiet room, somewhere where you can focus, and just make sure that you're not distracted. Because one mistake, and you can lose all of your funds. Has anybody lost anything yet? Yeah? And do you know why you lost it?
I was
Sleepy.
out of it and sent Tether.
Right. So he sent Tether, USDT, to the wrong crypto wallet, USDC. If you make a crucial mistake like that, boom, you lose it all. And there's no retrieving it. Anybody else? What was your mistake?
It was a special kind of crypto that needed you to put in a note in a special field.
Memo.
Like you put in a memo, burn that shit.
Yeah, that happens. That's why you need to take this seriously. And sometimes I have to say shit because I need you to take this seriously. This is no play. This is not play. This is real money. This is changing people's lives. I'm sure you heard stories about people across the world playing video games, play to earn games, changing their lives. So make sure that you always take time, put yourself, get away from the kids, make sure that you and only you are making these transactions. Don't have the TV going on, because let me tell you, when I started making my first transactions, it took me about 45 minutes to make one, because I made sure that I was sending it to the right location. I would double, triple, 4-time, quadruple check. I would go to this page, make sure everything, I would go line by line, because it was new to me. And there's nothing wrong with taking your time, because if you don't, you will lose everything. Now, it's a little lag here. Centralization versus decentralization. Have you guys heard of the terms? Yes? All right, let's make this a little interactive, okay? Okay. But not too many people really truly understand it. I'm just gonna break it down for you in simple terms. Centralization, basically, let's equate this to your bank. Your bank is a centralized entity. You may think you own the funds that are in your bank account, but you don't, because at any moment they can come in and take your funds. I'm sure we've all had this happen to us. Money goes missing, and they can do this anytime because it's really their money, not ours. So that's centralized. Decentralization is where we go offline. It's where we really have true ownership, and we control our own destiny and our own funds. Sometimes people are sometimes they don't want that type of responsibility. They need the bank. They have to have a bank. I need the bank. I need to be able to transfer. I want to go see somebody. But in this world, you really need to operate in a decentralized manner, because you have these mistakes, these exchanges closed down, like a Voyager or a KuCoin. They have these hacks at various times, and if you have your funds stored on these locations, you'll be locked out. You might not be able to retrieve your funds back. And the only reason that is because you're operating still in a centralized platform. Coinbase is centralized. Gemini Exchange is centralized. Kraken is centralized. You're only operating in a decentralized manner once you go off-chain and you store it in a wallet that you own the keys to. Now, how do you protect your crypto assets and money? Pretty much going over that right now. And a little lag. So this is the most crucial step. Once you find these wallets, so while he's fixing that real quick, how many people have made money in crypto? Nice. A couple people. I know Jay, you probably did. Good. So that's a blessing. It's a blessing to make money in crypto. How long do you think this will? Okay, cool. Let's make sure we get back to it. Yeah, so you make money in crypto. Making money is a blessing. There's a lot of opportunity, but in order for you to get this opportunity, you really need to take everything that I'm saying here today very seriously, especially what we're getting ready to talk about next. Yeah, okay. So writing down your 12 to 24. Yeah, so you write down the 12 to 24 word seed phrase. Have you guys ever seen that? Seed phrase, passphrase, backup code. It can come in many different forms, but it's all basically the same thing. So when you are absolutely starting up these wallets, they're gonna always ask you, when you're starting up particular wallets that we're gonna go over here, that actually give you true ownership of your funds. So these passphrase or seed phrases are very important. You need to write these down as soon as you see it, store it in a safe place. Because if you don't, and you lose it, you get locked out of your wallet, because sometimes that happens. What do you think is going to happen if you don't have those seed phrases? You're going to lose everything. You'll never be able to access it. You might be able to still look at it on the chain, but you will never be able to access those funds again. So if you lose it, you lose access to everything. So don't lose it. Make sure you take this very seriously. I can tell you time and time again where I have clients of mine who tell me, Like even with this recent Voyager, I tell everybody all the time, keep your funds off the exchange. If you're gonna make any transactions or buy crypto assets, buy them on the exchange and then immediately send them to your wallet. Because if it's not your keys, it's not your crypto. Just like the bank. We think we own the money in our banks. We don't. So make sure you take these seed phrases down. Can you just go to the next? Yeah, just make sure you do take this very serious. These 12 to 24 seed phrases. Please, please, write them down. Make sure you put them in a safe. Or what I like to do, I put mine in a fireproof, waterproof folder. Then I also put it in my safe because I want my money safe. If we don't have this, ladies and gentlemen, you lose everything. But one of the great things about having this, if you happen to lose your phone or you lose the actual wallet itself, as long as you have that 12 to 24 word seed phrase, you can go back into it, put it in, and retrieve all your funds. You can have access again. So that's why it's very crucial. Go to the next one. Yeah, never give away your seed phrase. That's like giving away access to your bank account. Do you ever give away your user ID and password? Yes or no?
No.
You might to your wife, if you're married, or your husband. But never give away your seed phrase. There's going to be a lot of tricks, a lot of people who are going to message you, send you phishing links, all types of things. Once you start to get into crypto, have you guys seen any of these emails? Yeah. Have you guys interacted with any of them? Yeah? And what happened?
I saw that this site was before I signed up.
Absolutely. Never click on those. It's not worth it. Sometimes we get intrigued. We want to see what they're talking about, or they may even, tell you, oh, if you click this link, we'll send you free Bitcoin. Nothing in life is free. No one is giving away any free Bitcoin. Okay? Even if they tell you, oh, give me 50 and I'll give you 65 back. Does that make any sense? People do that because they're operating out of greed. We don't have any greed in crypto. What's ours is ours, and what's yours is yours. So never give away that seed phrase, because honestly, that is giving away your life. You will be a sad person. I've had a client, people that I know have lost thousands of dollars, but they come to me after the fact, and they never get it back. So I don't want you guys to be any of those people. So just make sure you write that down. Put it somewhere safely, and never give it away. So the types of wallets. We have hot wallets and we have cold wallets. Hot wallets are software wallets. Desktops or mobile, they're connected to the internet. Now we have cold wallets, which are hardware wallets, which are some of the best wallets that one should hold, which is a ledger. We're going to go over these types of wallets, but I just want you to really understand the difference between the two. We have hot and cold, like some people's personalities. Hot and cold. So hot is software wallets that are online. Cold are offline. Now, these are some of the best, I think, some of the best wallets that you can use that are cold and or hot. Now, the best software wallets, we have GuardUp wallet, we have Coinbase wallet. Now, when it comes to Coinbase, I don't want you to get confused. Sometimes people think the Coinbase wallet is keeping your funds on the Coinbase exchange. No, there's a separate app called the Coinbase wallet that you should download. And it'll also, once you start to open it up, it'll definitely give you the seed phrases. So anytime you start up a new wallet, it's always going to ask you to write down the seed phrase. Make sure you take the time to do that. Sometimes people love skipping this step, and then they get locked out of the wallet, because I believe, honestly, these wallets purposely do that so that you can lose your funds. They're just kind of heat checking you to make sure that you do have your seed phrases, and if you don't, you lose everything. Don't be that person. So we also have Exodus, and we have Trust Wallet. All of these wallets you own. These are your assets. They're decentralized. No one person, no organization can come and take your money. They can only take it if you give them access to it, which would be what? How do they get access to it? Exactly, by the seed phrase or the password. But don't give any of that away. Now, the best hardware wallets, cold wallets, would be the Ledger. I'm sure everybody here has heard about the Ledger. And the Treasure. How many of us have any of these items? Okay, a couple. That's great. Now, me personally, I don't think you're serious enough about your money in crypto until you have one of these wallets. I recommend getting the Ledger. It's one of the best on the market. Easy for people to use. But when you do purchase this Ledger, and trust me, the money, the $79 that it costs, is worth it. We're talking about thousands of dollars here that we're dealing with, and you need to protect it the best that you possibly can. So you get a Ledger, but never buy these assets, these wallets off of Amazon. I need you to go straight and direct to the website. Because if not, there's tricky things that can happen because people want your money. And we have to do everything that we can to protect it. Because right now this is new. People are slowly understanding what this is. But I'm glad that we're actually doing this class because people need to know the ways to protect their assets on the blockchain. And if you're not using these items here, or the wallets that I showed you before, you're doing yourself a disservice. I need you to take this very serious and take ownership of your assets. It's okay to be your own bank. I'm sure you've heard that term, but that term is derived from operating in a decentralized manner, owning your own assets. I don't need to go and talk to my banker. I don't want to see him, actually, because all they do is take from us. Right now, we're bringing back power to the people, and this is how we do it. Oh, that was fast. So let's open it up for any questions because I'm willing to open and ask. Do we have more time, Carrie? Cool. Okay, cool. So anybody have any questions? Now is your time to really take advantage of the crypto wizard. I didn't give myself that name, my community did, because I help a lot of people make a lot of money. So, any questions? What's up, Jay?
I guess as a content creator, so like we preach the same thing, not he's not coins, always why do people still fall for the same? Like, why do they click for this? Why do they not click for this? Why do they not purchase security? Not to the level that it should be. It's like you're your own bank. You create your own. That's it.
Yeah, I think people still fall for these tricks because they're operating out of greed. Once we understand that nothing is free, nobody's just going to give you any crypto, then you'll ultimately stay away from these links. I mean, there's really no point. Nobody's giving you any crypto. I am not giving you nothing. So anytime you see these links, just stay away from them. Because really there's no need. I think still people click these links all the time because they just are lacking knowledge. They don't know, they're new. They don't come to these types of events. They don't research ahead of time. Let me tell you, before I even started speaking about crypto, I studied the space for 3 years because I needed to know everything. I'm certified in 3 areas: Bitcoin, blockchain, and Web3. IBM and a company called EveryRealm. So I studied this space, and you guys need to do it as well. Because listen, what we don't know, we don't know. There's a lot of tricks in crypto and blockchain, and you can fall for them very easily. Now, I don't want you to do that. I want you to come out of this actually knowing what these terms are. And maybe anybody that, can we actually send these to The ticket holders, anybody who bought, because I think they can use this information. So let's make sure we can get this to them. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
You mentioned hot wallets, cold wallets. Basically, like, cold wallets.
Right.
You said like I heard straight. But before that, you mentioned good ones, meaning Coinbase, wallet. What do you use?
Well, what I said, okay. The software wallets and cold wallets, you need to have both, right? I operate with both because you still own those assets, you own those keys. So the software wallets are more accessible, quicker to send funds. You can access it quickly. So for an example, like if I want to send some crypto really quick to my Coinbase account, because I have a Coinbase card, I'll have some funds stored on my software wallet, which would be like a Coinbase wallet or an Exodus wallet. And I just send it. It's just very easily accessible. A lot of times your ledger, you need to connect that to your computer or something like that. That takes more time. So this is just a quicker way. So while you're waiting for your ledger to come in the mail, have the Exodus wallet, take your funds off there, keep it until your ledger comes, and send it over.
Is it like that? Checking account savings account?
You can use it like that, absolutely.
The ledger is
I think ledger is more like your vault. Then all that in between is like your checking and savings. So look at the ledger like your vault. This is where you keep all your prized possessions. This is where you would store your most precious NFTs. Don't keep anything that you feel really important on those software wallets. Like I do have it, I use them, but I don't store everything on there. We want to make sure that we have multiple different wallets so that we can't lose all of our funds in one swoop. Yes, sir. I would stay away from paper. Here's why. You ever heard of fires? And if we live in an apartment, we have to trust our neighbors. Not all of them can be trusted. I smell burnt toast all the time. People are burning water these days. So, me personally, I would just stay away from the paper wallets because we're actually in a place where paper wallets are not needed. I think that's like Flintstone, earlier times when that was needed, when crypto was still new. But now we have these software wallets, we have ledgers, so use that. Paper wallet is really not necessary. Do you have paper wallets?
I do have some, only because it's kind of like wax.
Right. Right? True, but here's another step. There's notebooks out there that you can get that are waterproof and fireproof. So if you still take those, because we want to make sure that we protect our funds. These measures may seem extreme, but I promise you, the little $100 that it takes to get all this stuff is well worth it over time. So you can go on Amazon, get these notebooks, get the folders, fireproof, waterproof notebook that can't be ripped, no water can damage it, and it can't burn up. So I would use that. You store your seed phrases on that. Keep this also in a fireproof, waterproof safe, and then it's perfectly safe. So just I would honestly convert over. But yeah, paper wallets, I don't recommend them, but people do use them. So if you're comfortable with that, perfect. How long have you been in crypto? Okay, good. So then, yeah, you started off with paper wallets probably. Cool. Last question, sir. Two that I like? Yeah, I can tell you. And why? One would be the Dare hash graph. Next would be VeChain. I would say why is because all of the traditional world, Fortune 100, Fortune 1000, Fortune 500 companies are adopting this technology. If you watch UFC fights today, you will see VeChain underpinning the UFC. That protocol is being used on a daily basis in many different sectors, many industries, and it's changing the world. So if there's any asset I would tell you about to go and get, not financial advice, But it would be one of those two. Hedera, Hashgraph, or VeChain. Well, yeah, I mean, some are deflationary, but basically with VeChain, there's a two-token mechanism. So it's actually burning the VTOR, which is used for the gas, not the actual VeChain. I mean, but different protocols are different, you know. Some are burnable, some are not. Yeah, but VeChain is a Hedera Hashgraph. HBAR? Yes, and VeChain, VET, V-E-T. Probably get these on KuCoin, Bitmark, maybe, Bittrex as well. But yeah, I would definitely write those two assets down. And when you do get some money off it, send me some. No, absolutely not. But you want to separate Ripple and XRP. They're two different entities. XRP is an open source technology, Ripple is a company. They're not the same. It's a trick. Yeah. And we can go deeper, but I'm not going to go deeper on that topic. But VeChain, Hedera, Hashgraph, we got it right?
V-Fan, baby, let's go.
Yes, J-Change, you know what time it is. Are we wrapped? Does anybody else have any other questions, or are we good?
Do you not like MetaMask?
Oh, I love MetaMask. But, well, because, you know, when you use MetaMask, I don't directly use MetaMask. I need to have that protection, that second layer protection, which is that ledger, which operates as an interface in between. A lot of times people lose money in assets because they're using MetaMask directly, and when you sign malicious links and transactions, it's because you don't have any measure of protection in between. So people are losing their assets, thinking they're signing or clicking onto a transaction that means them well. Oh, we're gonna give you this NFT. Well, basically, that malicious transaction is going to actually take your NFTs. But because you don't have a second layer of protection, you can't catch it beforehand. The ledger is gonna give you a second opportunity to make sure you don't mess up what you're about to do. So that's why I say you take your time and use use those ledgers as a second layer of protection. MetaMask is great, but never use it directly. Have that, those wallets. Some of these wallets also, the software wallets, can connect to a MetaMask and still work as a second layer of protection. But, you know, you want to start small and then gradually work your way up. But start there first. MetaMask is something that everyone should use, but make sure you use it with the ledger or treasure at the same time. Anybody else? Are we good, Jay?
Let's give them a round of applause. That's Brando. Thank you so much, man. One of the most important things that you said, here, Brando, let me grab that mic on you. One of the most important things you said is something you opened with. It was not your keys, not your coins, and like, you know, people like forget that, or maybe you just like tuned into the space, but like you own that stuff. So like, you need your keys. That's the most important thing. Like you saw what happened with Celsius, with Voyager, all that stuff.
Yeah, all that. It happened because people lost their wealth because they don't have it.
They didn't have it in an off-chain wallet. You know, Voyager, who else got hacked?
I mean, I think the,
So many.
the thing was like Luna started the whole.
Yes. Luna started the whole thing. But you know, you don't know what you don't know.